Hi Gemini and cross-watchers, how are y'all today? Today I'll be doing a reading for the sign of Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury, whatever is resonating with you, whatever placements you may have in your chart. This reading is for July and August of 2020, but time is fluid, so whenever you find it is when you were meant to see it. Gemini, how has Leo season been treating you so far? I feel like Gemini has had a really tough last few months with that Cancer Mercury retrograde and the Venus retrograde in Gemini. In June, there was a lot going on, a lot of planets in Gemini and stuff. I feel like Gemini has had a tough time these last few months. I feel like Gemini is going through a lot of transitions, and it's not easy to feel safe and secure. As flighty and dynamic as Geminis are, they like security too, and I think that they haven't found much of it lately, and everything in their life is kind of up in the air, but they're working through it. I feel like Gemini is going through a lot of transition right now, a lot of confusion. Gemini, I think you have a lot of feelings, but it's sometimes, as communicative and like strong of communicators you are, it's sometimes really tough to be a strong communicator about your feelings. So I think Cancer season and that Cancer Mercury retrograde brought up a lot of things that you weren't ready to think about or process, but you were forced to, and I think you're still feeling the remnants of that. I think you're still wading through what Cancer season brought up, made you think about, made you feel. And I think it was important because it helped you along this journey of transition that you're in. It helped you process some of those feelings, but I think you may still be pretty confused about what you're feeling. I think Gemini is trying to shed some skin, but you're having a tough time deciding what to let go of and what to keep on your journey moving forward. This came out in the last reading too. Ace of Swords. You might be stepping into some clarity finally. You might be finally making some decisions. You might be coming out of this confusion and feeling empowered, feeling in control, feeling stable, like a new spark of creativity, new ideas. Maybe feeling good finally, maybe coming out of this period of toughness. Let's get into it. Any messages for Gemini for July and August of 2020? Messages of love, truth, healing, light, forgiveness, guidance, hope. Messages for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury. Messages for Gemini. Wow, Gemini. Ace of Swords and the King of Swords. Okay, so whatever confusion you're feeling, I think you're about to get real about it. You feel really in control. Oh, Gemini. I just got a whole message for you already. Ace of Swords, King of Swords, Four of Swords reversed, Strength reversed. Any other messages for Gemini? Yeah, a lot of the same cards are coming up in all of these readings. Wow, a million just fell out. Okay. Any other messages for Gemini? Okay. Yeah, so the first message I got right away, you feel in control. You feel empowered. You feel able to make strong decisions. You feel in your swords air energy. You feel like new ideas are coming to you. You're stepping into a place of power to be able to make clear, deliberate decisions. You feel strong. You feel a lot of mental clarity. You feel like you're making all the right decisions. You feel like in control. You feel very in your headspace with the swords. You feel very much in your headspace. You may be experiencing some anxiety, not sure. But you definitely have been in a place of new ideas you're craving, control you're craving, or you're in a place where you really have your mental state under control. But underneath the surface, I think you are desperate for rest, desperate for a mental break. Maybe you're constantly in control and you don't want to be right now. Maybe you want to check out before you burn out. And it's because there's a lot of raw emotions that you can't get a hold of, you can't control right now. The Strength reverse says a lot about heavy emotions and very intense emotions that are like out of control, especially when it comes to the more negative ones like anger and deep sadness, frustration. I feel like you feel that you're in control with these cards. You feel very in control. You feel powerful and like you have it all under control. You feel good. You feel like you're the one in power. You're the one making decisions. You're the ones at the steering wheel. But underneath the surface, I think you are on the brink of burnout because you haven't rested. You're on the brink of burnout because you have not taken time out to rest. You have not taken time out to really think about the decisions you're making. Maybe you've made a lot of decisions lately in the last few months because you're trying to get things under control, but it's coming from a place of, I feel like I don't have control. I feel like I'm very burnt out. I need a rest. And I have a lot of emotions bubbling under the surface that are like really strong, and I feel like I'm about to burst. I feel like there's a lot going on under the surface that you're not showing. You're very much like cool, calm, collected on the surface. Everyone sees you as like very much air, swords, energy. You feel powerful, in control. You're making all the decisions. You feel like you got a tight grip on everything. You feel like you are the one steering the wheel. You feel good. You feel mental clarity. But underneath the surface, it's like you feel exhausted from your own emotions. So maybe the way that you're coping with it is on the surface, you're coming off as calm, cool, collected in your headspace. But really underneath that, you're feeling out of control. You're feeling like you have a lot of emotions that you can't get a hold of, that you can't really place, you can't really communicate clearly. You're communicating really clearly right now, but you're not talking about what it is that's really bothering you. You feel very tired, on the brink of burnout. You've been going with your mind. Your mind has been racing. You've been doing all these things, making all these decisions, but you really need some rest. And you also feel very burnt out because you have so much intense emotions running under the surface that you haven't expressed yet. I'm going to get a clarification for the King of Swords. No, I'm going to get a clarification for the Ace of Swords. Can I get a clarification for the Ace of Swords for Gemini? Ace of Swords for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Mercury for the months of July and August. Clarification for the Ace of Swords for Gemini. I got two. I'll take them. Yeah, just two. Yeah, so you have the Five of Swords reversed and the Moon. I think that you feel a sense of mental clarity because you're putting the tension away for right now. You don't want to argue. You want to let go of grudges, tension. You want to let go of the past. You want to let go of past mistakes. You're trying to let go of past arguments and things that always come up. The way that you have new ideas and have been reaching this new mental clarity is because you don't want to be like this anymore, and the Moon is your emotional self coming to the surface, making you realize this. I think the Moon is saying a lot about how there's some stuff that's suppressed. Yeah, I think there's some stuff that's suppressed, and what's on the surface is you making a lot of decisions and feeling mentally clear, but underneath it, I don't think that you do. I think you feel confused. There's some tension or resentment that you're trying to let go of, and the moon is your emotions about it coming to the surface, but it's still being suppressed. Maybe on the surface you feel in control, but underneath you still feel a lot of tension and emotional turmoil that you're not letting come to the surface. Maybe your intuitive self is telling you to let go and release a lot of the tension, the resentment, the arguing. Maybe you're arguing with yourself. Your mental clarity, I think, may be coming from a realization that you're ready to let go of the tension, the arguing, the resentment. I think your mental clarity is coming from a place of your realization that you're ready to let go of something. You're ready to let go of the war going on in your own head. You're ready to let go of the tension within your own mind. You're ready to let go of the back and forth, the self-guilt. You're realizing that you want to release this. Maybe realizing that you want to release control so that you can finally crash and burn and then rest. You have a lot of control right now and you feel like such a tight grip on it, but underneath the surface, it's like, I feel very out of control and I want to just release it and let go and let myself feel what I really feel. With the moon card, I'm getting water sign, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I think there's some suppression that needs to be released. And it has to do with tension within your own mind, a wrestling within your own mind about what you want and how you really feel. I think you're feeling a lot of things and something's trying to come to the surface that you're not realizing yet. Maybe something in your dreams. Pay attention to your dreams. I think something may be coming to the surface about how you really feel, but it's been hidden for so long because it's this idea of like, oh, I don't want to fight. I don't want the tension. I don't want resentment and arguing between the people around me, so I'm going to keep that part of myself hidden. And I'm just going to stay in control. I'm going to like use my swords, use my mind to maintain and control my emotions. Because if I bring them up, it's only going to cause problems, and I don't want that right now. But underneath the surface, like on the surface, you're feeling so cool, calm, collected, but you're really not feeling that way. Underneath it all, you feel like really burnt out. You feel tired. You're tired of always being in control, making all the decisions, being so mentally on edge all the time. And I think you have a lot of raw emotions that you really want to release. Especially with the moon there. I think there's something that you've been suppressing that you really want to release. You just want to like let go and let yourself rest and finally start to think about how you really feel, because you've been like pushing it down under the guise of, oh, I'm in control. I have so much control over this. But I don't think that you do, and it's really burning you out, especially if you're like have a lot of like strong emotions bubbling onto the surface that you're not letting out. It can really like exhaust you and lead you to burnout. I'm gonna get a clarification for the Four of Swords reversed. Why is Gemini feeling so burnt out? What is it they're resisting, resting from? Geminis, I know you guys love to go, 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 and you never take a fucking break. And it's starting to like burn you out. I think you've been doing so much lately. You're forgetting to rest and like think about your feelings. Maybe you have been avoiding your feelings about how you feel about a situation. You want to avoid the trouble and the drama it causes. You're just in your swords energy. There's a lot of swords here. Clarification for the Four of Swords reversed. Clarification for the Four of Swords reversed. I guess I'll take that one. Yeah. So I think you know that the most powerful thing you can do to really feel in control is to let yourself rest. I think when you finally let yourself slow down and crash and burn and finally like stop, take a break, take a rest, take some time out, you're going to have the time to think about what it is you really want, what it is you really want to manifest, what you have the power to bring into your space. I think when you realize that you need to take some time out to rest and rejuvenate, reflect on everything, it will make you remember all that you are capable of, where you want to go next, what's the next thing you want to do, what's the next step, what's the next thing you want to manifest. It's going to make you remember that you have the power to bring in anything that you want, as long as you take the time to give yourself a break sometimes. I think that within your space of rest, when you're finally taking a break, you will start to manifest what it is you really want, because you're finally in a space that's calm, actually calm, cool, collected, not fake calm, cool, collected with all the emotions bubbling underneath, where you're actually going to be in a place of calm, cool, collected, and able to then think about, okay, what do I want to manifest next? Because you can't do it all. You can't do it all at once. And you can't do anything if you haven't even gone inside and thought about how you're really feeling about a situation. You need to rest in order to be able to take the next step, manifest the next thing, get the next project started. You need to rest before you move on to the next thing. I think also, I just got another message. The Magician is the card of Mercury, which is ruled by Gemini and Virgo. Or Gemini and Virgo are ruled by Mercury, so I get a lot of Gemini Virgo vibes from the Magician. I think when you finally take some time out to rest and rejuvenate, you're going to be able to gather your thoughts and feelings, and then you will be able to express them in a healthy manner. I think you've been avoiding communicating how you really feel below the surface. You've been avoiding even feeling that and understanding it for yourself. But once you finally take the time out to rest and relax and rejuvenate, I think you're going to find that you have a clearer headspace in order to understand, contemplate, work through your feelings and thoughts, and be able to express them clearly to the people or person that you need to express your true feelings to. Because you have a lot of raw emotions going on under the surface. There's the moon there, like you're suppressing something. You're suppressing your true feelings about something. Can I get a clarification for the Strength card reversed for Gemini? Guess I'll take that. Yeah. You have a lot of raw emotions and under the surface, and it's like, I think you're feeling like you don't want to burden people with that right now. I feel like you have a lot of strong emotions going on underneath the surface, and the Six of Pentacles reversed is like, I don't want to burden people with that. I don't want to rely on people and be dependent on people. I don't want to put that on them or like talk to them about these heavy feelings that I'm going through. I don't want to be selfish. I don't want to take energy from people that they can't give me right now. You're very much keeping to yourself about this. There's a lot you're suppressing, Gemini, but I think that you have a lot of strong emotions, and it's making you feel like you need to feel them on your own, work through them on your own, process them on your own, because it's putting you in a place of not being able to be giving right now. The Six of Pentacles reverse often makes me think of you're not in a position to be giving right now, or you're in a place where you're taking too much and not giving anything, or you're recognizing that you're not in a healthy place to be able to give. Or you have a lot of strong emotions. You have a lot of rage because you feel that someone else is dependent on you. You feel that someone is taking from you. You feel like someone has like latched onto you and is being a leech of your energy and resources. You feel like someone's too heavily relying on you and it's about to make you burst with rage. You don't like that. Maybe that's the feeling that you're suppressing. Like someone is latched onto you and you want to like fling them off. Like you can't stand it anymore. Ouch. Gemini. Someone is like reliant on you. Or you are reliant on someone right now and it's making you really angry because you hate the feeling of having to rely on people for anything. You feel like you're sucking the life out of someone. You feel like you're clingy, or you feel like someone is clingy to you and it's like driving you insane and you need to release it. You're not talking about it. Like on the surface, you're so calm, cool, collected because you think that you're communicating so clearly, but you're not. There's so much that you're suppressing. There's so much you're avoiding talking about your feelings. You're suppressing a lot of feelings because you don't want to fight about it. You don't want to argue about it. You don't want there to be resentment. But that's not fair. You have feelings. You have things to talk about. You need to let them come to the surface. If you don't let them, you're going to crash and burn, and it's going to be ugly and messy. But in this space of relaxing and reflecting on who you are, what you want, what you feel, your thoughts, you'll realize that how to communicate it clearly. But there's a lot going on under the surface. You feel a lot of things right now. You feel a lot of raw emotions, very strong emotions, because you're not in a place to give and you don't know how to communicate that. Or someone's really dependent on you and you don't know how to say, fuck off. Like, please stop attaching to me. Please stop relying on me, being so dependent on me. It's driving me insane. Maybe you feel really suffocated by this. Or your strong emotion that you're feeling, this rage you're feeling of having to be dependent on someone, and you really wish that you weren't dependent on someone right now. You want to be independent. And because of this, however that resonates, whatever that message was, because of it, you feel so out of control right now. You feel not in your power at all. You feel out of control. You're not the one leading it right now. You don't like when you're not in the lead, when you're not taking the lead. You don't feel confident. You don't feel successful. You don't feel fiery energy. You don't feel able to say what you mean, say how you feel, clearly communicate and express what you're feeling because you're not sure of it. There's a lot of anxiety and hesitation. There's a lot of suppression of feelings. Yeah. You feel very out of control. You don't like how this feels. You don't feel like you have a good handle on the situation. You feel not in your power right now. You feel powerless, maybe. You feel like someone else may be taking advantage of you. Maybe someone else is telling you how to feel, gotten out of control with their leadership, and maybe they're being manipulative or controlling. Or maybe all of this frustration and anger about not being able to communicate how you really feel is making you feel so out of control that you're going to the extreme of being way too controlling of everything around you because you can't get a hold on this specific situation. It's manifesting in a really negative, ugly way where you're trying to control the people around you because of what you're feeling inside that you can't really express. I've seen that happen a lot where people who feel the most out of control, it manifests in the most realistic way by people being really controlling of those around them or of the situations around them, the things around them, because they don't have control over something else. It manifests in different ways, and then you look like an asshole because you're being really chokehold on everyone around you. And then we have the Lovers card, which kind of threw me off, and I'm going to get a clarification right away. I think this may be about a person. You haven't been able to express your true feelings to a person, or you've been suppressing some feelings, suppressing what you need to communicate to a certain person about a situation. Can I get a clarification for the Lovers, for Gemini? The Lovers is Gemini energy. Can I get a clarification for the Lovers card for Gemini? Yeah. Ooh. I don't like that. That sucks. Sorry. I think you're in a situation where you really need to express your feelings to your partner. And you're avoiding your intuition. Your intuition is really trying to tell you something. Your intuition's really trying to tell you something. but you're ignoring it. The High Priestess. You're ignoring your divine feminine. You're ignoring your intuition that's trying to guide you. You're suppressing your intuition that is trying to help you make positive decisions. You're ignoring your gut that's trying to tell you something's not right. You feel very out of control and you feel like you have a lot of raw emotions right now that you need to express before you explode. But I think you're not. And it's because you're avoiding your intuition that's trying to tell you, like, how you really feel, is trying to tell you what you need to express, what you need to communicate. You're ignoring your intuition about this connection. You're avoiding talking to your partner about something. You avoid talking to your partner about this codependent situation where someone's dependent on someone and it's driving the other person crazy, but they're not telling their partner that, they're not expressing that. You feel very out of control, not in a good space, not able to communicate what you want, not able to communicate what you need. You feel burnt out. You feel like a lot of raw emotions under the surface that you can't express. You want to tell your partner off about how clingy they've been and how much they're annoying you, how powerless you feel. There's so much emotions going on under the surface, and you're not trusting your gut about what you need to talk to your partner about. You need to talk to your partner about this. It's either about them or it's just a lot that you're going through that you're not talking to them about because you don't want to fight. You're avoiding letting your emotions come to the surface because you don't want that tension and anxiety, and you want to remain feeling like you're in control even though under the surface you're not in control. You're on the verge of burnout. You're on the verge of exploding with emotion because you haven't expressed it, you haven't communicated it healthily, and you need to. And with the Nine of Cups reversed as the overall energy, I think some feelings are going to get hurt when you finally talk about it. I feel like the Nine of Cups reversed can speak about shattered dreams, a wish that did not come true. Gemini, there's like a lot going on here personally, and I think that there's a partner or like a connection that you're exploring or a partner that you're with, and they don't understand, or you can't communicate to them clearly how you're feeling because you don't trust them, and you're ignoring your intuition that's telling you to talk to them about this and bring it up and have this conversation, address all this, and you feel like it's really going to hurt some feelings and change some things. It's going to shatter some dreams. It's going to make you realize, like, how do I express this? See, even I'm having trouble expressing my thoughts right now. I feel like it's gonna change the trajectory of this connection. Like, whatever y'all had planned for your future, it's gonna make you realize that, like, things are starting to break down. You're starting to see the cracks in the foundation. Like, not everyone's dreams are gonna come true in this situation. I think some feelings are going to get hurt. Some dreams are going to be shattered. I'm going to get a clarification for the Nine of Cups reversed for Gemini. Clarification for the Nine of Cups reversed for Gemini. Yeah, ouch. I got the Four of Wands reversed. So I think that with what you know you need to do, which is expressing how you feel, releasing a lot of what you've been suppressing, it's gonna lead to some dreams being changed, some plans being changed, and also it's going to bring up why there's not going to be some celebration. It's going to be not happy ending, not happy family, not the homecoming, not the celebration that you wanted. I think there's going to be some disruption in the family and romance sector of your life. It's going to cause some trouble. It's going to not be happy, good times. It's going to change the trajectory of the plans you made with this person in this partnership. And it's not gonna lead to, like, the Four of Wands upright is about like marriage, celebration, parties, family, love. I think it's really the opposite of that, where some dreams are going to be shattered and some plans are going to change, and you two may be realizing that you don't fit into the same plan for the future with each other. You've really been avoiding having a conversation with your partner about how you feel, what you want, about this dependent connection that you want to like break free from. You feel very out of control. There's a lot going on, and you really need to speak about it, but it's going to change some things. It's not going to be great. I don't think that it's going to be great. You're ignoring your intuition right now, but your intuition is telling you to have this conversation, even though it's going to be really tough and it's going to change some things. It's going to change some things, and it's going to hurt, and it's going to suck, and some feelings are going to be hurt. But it needs to be said because you've been hiding it and suppressing it for so long that you need to release it. It's going to drive you crazy. You're going to get burnt out trying to be in control and everything's all good all the time. And I feel like you feel very out of control right now, and you need to release this. I'm going to pull 3 cards of advice for you, Gemini, to see how you should go about this moving forward. 3 cards of advice for Gemini regarding this spread for July and August. 3 cards of advice for Gemini regarding this spread. Life isn't great all the time. You're not going to be happy all the time. You're not going to be joyful all the time. Sometimes the childhood innocence of some things and some connections die. Sometimes you're just unhappy in connections. Sometimes you're just unhappy. But if that's how you really feel, you need to speak about it. You need to let it out. You've really been holding back a lot. You've been holding a lot in. You've been suppressing a lot of feelings and thoughts that you really need to communicate clearly. Especially if it's regarding your partner. They need to know what's going on. I think there's stuff you've been not hiding from them, but just not speaking about, holding back. And I think you're afraid to because it's unhappy. It's going to be an unpleasant conversation. It's going to bring about more unhappiness. You're unhappy and you're afraid to have this conversation because it's going to lead to more unhappiness. But you have to. You have to communicate how you feel. You can't hold it in any longer. You're going to blow up or burn out. I think you have to accept that sometimes, like, childhood innocence needs to go, needs to be released, and so that you can accept something for what it is and then move forward. Things aren't going to be happy all the time. You're not going to be joyful and carefree all the time. But when you remember that you are the Queen of Wands and you step into your fiery, passionate, confident energy, you will be able to handle the situation. Once you let yourself have a rest, take a break, feel the feelings, be sad, be upset about it, have the tough conversation. It may bring some clouds, it may bring some darker days, but you did it out of a place of, I need to step back into my place of control, step back into a place of my energy and motivation and who I really am, make decisions for myself, step into the leadership position for my own life, make decisions for my own self, for my own life. And even if there's a little bit of like bad times coming, the bad luck with the black cat, you know that you can handle it. You know that you will be able to handle the situation no matter what. Even if some misfortune comes your way, you'll be able to handle it. You're strong, you're confident. And I think with the Knight of Cups reversed, it speaks about maybe some emotional, like negative emotions that are going to come up for a little while. You're going to have to sift through some hurt feelings. Maybe your partner really wanted this connection to work, but maybe you are having to make the decision about taking a break from it. Or having this conversation is going to make someone back off and not want to offer you their love anymore. Or you need to be clear about, I need to put myself first and step into a place of my own decision making and my power. And that means that I can't offer you cups right now. I can't offer you my heart. I can't offer you my emotions right now because I'm trying to figure out how I feel. I'm trying to figure out how I'm thinking. I'm trying to work through all of these tough emotions and thoughts and feelings. You're like, I need to step back, like I'm unhappy and I need to make some decisions to step back into a place of power and confidence. I'm just not in a good place right now and I can't make an offer to you out of love. I can't offer you that right now. I need to figure out my own stuff. But remember, Gemini, everyone has free will. Everyone makes their own decisions. But I think that what you really need to do is take time out, take a step back, rest before you burn out. Think about how you want to communicate, what you need to communicate, all the things that you've been suppressing and holding in. Listen to your intuition, be honest and clear. Say what you really mean, even if it's going to hurt some feelings, even if it's going to change some plans. And step into an energy that makes you feel empowered and in control, that makes you feel confident and energized and invigorated, because even if you're in a place of not feeling great and happy right now, when you step back into this energy, you will be able to make better decisions about how you want to move forward emotionally. Gemini, that was a very intense reading. That was a lot of messages that came through. Very complex. I hope that you got something from this reading. I hope that I communicated it clearly enough. I was having a little bit of trouble. There was a lot of messages going on here. But I hope this resonated with you in some way. If it did, leave comments down below. I'd love to hear about it. Let me know if this touched you in any way or spoke to you in your situation. I have a link down below to my August 2020 Spotify playlist. If there is new music that you're looking for, if you're interested in what I'm listening to, feel free to check that out. It's a random mix of a lot of different stuff, but I try to post my monthly playlist because, I don't know, if you are interested in finding new music, go for it. That wraps up the end of the July-August readings, so I will be getting started on the August-September readings very soon, and we'll be posting them very soon. So keep your eye out for the August-September readings. They should all be posted by mid-August. I'm also going to start doing personal readings, so if that's something that you're interested in, if you want a personal reading just for you, please feel free to reach me on my email below in the description box. You can reach out to me and we can discuss rates and what you want from the reading and how we're going to do the reading. But I just wanted to start doing personal readings to see if that's something that y'all would be interested in. If you are, please email me down below and reach out to me and we can talk about it. Gemini, I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope you got something out of it. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your July and a wonderful August, and I will see you in the August-September readings. Thanks so much for watching.